Hey yo, what's good YouTube? You already know, man. It's your boy Normani VMA Rapper Lee. I'm back with another video. So I don't know, it's so weird. Like anytime I record in my main space area, it just sounds so airy. I hate that shit. I like to typically like record in my second bedroom. This shit is too, it sounds too airy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm back with a quick video. I just wanted to come talk about some shit that I peeped this morning. So if you're new to the channel, please make sure that you like the video. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and all that shit, right? So today I knew, let me tell you something, right? When a song is not an organic hit, you can, I'm telling you, and when people call out, like, you know, all of the payola and all of that shit like that, and it's so blatant and it's obvious, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like this, right? What is going on in the damn music industry, right? Or who makes the decisions and who makes the rules? Who makes the decisions and who makes the rules, right? Like, because before our eyes, we see some shit playing out with, you know, with Normani. She wants to perform at the MTV VMAs, right? Now, I know, like, historically with the VMAs, they typically snub R&B, right? And, you know, she has to beg to perform at the VMAs. Talk about Nicki, some people get from Virgo. Like, what are you talking about? Don't get cursed out early this morning. You want, because I have a feeling that you on my dick early this morning, and you may have not known already, but I busted already. Get off my dick. Get off it. And I don't know if you're trying to be offensive or not. Get off my dick. I don't know what you're trying to say. Like, if you wasn't trying to be offensive, listen, it's too early. Y'all niggas be on dick early. Cut it. Cut it. So listen, who makes the rules and the decisions? Who makes the rules and decisions that Lizzo deserves radio play over Normani? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it all goes into this whole equal opportunity type shit. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Lizzo and her, you know what I'm saying? So listen, let's talk about this shit. First and foremost, let me bring this shit up so y'all can see this shit. Fucking gift from a Virgo, up early on dick. You on dick early this morning. Damn, like I ain't even been on this bitch 5 minutes. You on dick already. Fuck. Damn. Let me bring up Corb.net because I also want to cross-reference Normani's. I want to cross-reference what her song is doing on internet, on radio as well. Because I can't believe this shit. Let's see. For a second, this shit going dumb slow. Let's see. Yes, Normani's song is better than Lizzo. Let me see what y'all talking about. Get from girl to the fuck up. What's Nisha? I love Normani, but she makes boring music. Yeah, Normani. Listen, in the sense of talent, Normani, to me, she might be a little bit more popular than Lizzo in the sense of, like, you know, what she's done and like how people like receive her, right? So it's weird as hell when you see somebody like Lizzo doing better. And this is why when Millie was talking about that the other day about, you know, her song, you know, what was it? Did it debut or is like rumored to debut in the top 5? And this is why I say that Lizzo doesn't have an audience. And people think that we trying to be rude and trying to be mean to Lizzo. No, Lizzo, you don't have an audience. Not to somebody like me who could clearly see through that shit. And I'm about to show you right now. Let me share this screen. Let me share it. Because let me tell you some shit, real talk, right? As a Nicki Minaj fan, if a whole lot of money dropped 25 spaces on radio and we lost 9 million, it would look weird as fuck. It would look weird. It would be like, what's going on? And this is why y'all don't understand, like, Nicki be talking about, like, organic. Yeah, that's organic radio play. Organic. You feel me? How are you, like, this is, like, listen, on the bigger scheme of things, this is so not fair to people who really deserve it and who have the talent. And the reason why I believe, like, somebody like a Lizzo receives the radio play and shit that she get is all because of equal opportunity. That girl is not really a star like that, and I don't care who disagrees with it. So let's listen. Let's go to from the top and see where they land at, because I think she's number 50 now. Hold on. That's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, these niggas is funny. They don't let you zoom on this shit. So anyway, fuck it. Let's scroll down. You know they on they funny Where's Lizzo at? She's 50 something. Where the fuck did the song drop to? Oh, this is overall radio. Let me see. Is that song up there already? Lizzo. Look right here. Number 52. Lizzo and Cardi B dropped 25 places on radio, my nigga. Do you see? Hold on. Can I just point something out to you real quick? Listen, while everybody, I want to hone in on this. I don't know if you can see it or not because they won't let me blow the page up, right? They had 30 million radio. They had, you see that last column right here? They had 30 million impressions on radio, right? So that means week one. That's week one. That all goes into. That means that all goes into the first week debut. That all goes into the first week numbers and all of that shit, right? You mean to tell me that you got all of that? So let's look at the audience of 32 million. You know how hard people got to fight to get to a 32 million audience? Why did Lizzo fat ass deserve it? Let's be straight up. Why didn't Normani deserve it? What makes Lizzo better than Normani to get a radio package and to get a push like that? She's not better. You feel me? She's not. This is where you got to start thinking of like equal opportunity artists. Nobody don't fucking like Lizzo like that. She know that shit. And personally, I think she heard my shit because she was like, oh, people say I'm making music for white people. Listen, this is what the fuck it is. And certain things like this, see, let me tell you something, right? I know that as Nicki fans, we talk a lot about that Payola shit like that, right? I don't know if y'all could see it like that, but yeah, it's kind of small. You're gonna have to just use your binoculars if you want to see it. But the whole point is, it's like, how y'all really take this shit and bring this shit to the top for it to just drop 25 spots the day after the tracking period ends? Do you understand that? It drops 25 spots the day after the tracking period ends. So you telling me all of that fake promotion? How do you drop 9 million in one day? How do you drop 9 million radio impressions in one day? You know what I'm saying? Atlantic, the sad, unfortunate part of it is like, this is why you see so much sympathy and shit inside of, let me block this dumb fuck. Go suck a dick, nigga. You on dick too early. Go suck a dick. Ain't nobody invite you to this live. Fuck is wrong with you? Niggas be thirsty as fuck. Doja's killing all of them. True say. Let's talk about this. I know a lot of times, and it's still unfair as a Nicki fan, that I feel like a lot of people get so happy with a whole lot of money getting radio play. You know, a nigga like me is happy for that song and for Bia too. But there's so many other songs that this is a true testament that they suppress shit, right? There is nothing great about Lizzo's song. I don't give a fuck who you are, if you like it or not. There is nothing deserving about that song that deserved 32 million radio impressions. When is radio going to be taken out of the equation when it comes to Billboard? When are these white devils going to wake up and realize this? But you know what? These white devils know it, but they know that that is a part of the process, right? And now that they figured out that it can hinder certain people and hold them back, right? It ain't no way that Bia and Nicki's song been on radio that long and Lizzo has already surpassed it in audience. Her streams on Spotify don't even look like she was really in demand like that. Like, people listening to her shit, I told y'all, Azealia Banks had 3 million Spotify listeners. Lizzo had 10 million. That's only a 7 million difference with somebody who's independent. You ain't in demand like that, mom. You not. And I don't care what nobody say. You ain't in demand like that. You ain't more regarded than Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks works her shit. How the fuck yo, come on. And listen, I put Nicki and Azealia in here when I talked about equal opportunity artists because, listen, I want to touch on that shit. But I don't think I'm done with this. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to say about the radio shit? The radio shit is unfair. Let me see where Normani is. I don't even know where the fuck she is. But I'm assuming that it may be under Bia and Nicki Minaj overall radio, 18 million. You see what I'm saying? Grinding organically. Lizzo, you are a fucking and you know what? When you start to see stuff like this is what makes me not like you more. Cause you complaining. And this is why last week, look, guys, look at this. Look. Normani and Cardi B Wild Side. Oh, this is the extended version. It just cracked radio. But listen, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I do believe that this is organic. Let's look at this. Wildside has a total of 13,000,024 radio impressions. How the fuck Wildside been out all them weeks and Lizzo fat ass got 30 million? I'm telling you, I've never bought or streamed a Lizzo song. The only song I streamed was on YouTube. But that shit right there just pissed me off. And it kind of makes me like check myself in real time when it's like in regards to Normani. Normani probably want to perform because she want to like, she wants to boost her single. She want to do her thing. But why is Lizzo receiving this? What is more valuable over a Lizzo to receive a 30 million radio package? You got 30 million. You got 30 million. And then the day that the radio tracking was done, you lost almost 10 million. Let's round up. You lost 10 million radio impressions in one day. That's not organic, Lizzo. And this is why I say this music industry is setting people up to fail. Trust me, Lizzo can bask in her glory all she wants right now, but just like a Cardi B, there is something very empty behind it. I would never want to be boosted up by bullshit, because you know what I'm going to wonder? When y'all turn around and realize this shit is fake, or when my record company don't got the budget to fuck with it, I'm going to look like the flop and I ain't going to look like the star that I am. I'm sorry, I come from the era of real stars. You feel me? These motherfuckers is out here on gimmick. Megan Thee Stallion out here on gimmick. Lizzo out here on gimmick. No, Megan's gimmick is not really like Lizzo's. At least, even if Megan is one-dimensional with lyrically, you know what I'm saying? She still, I feel like, even if Megan is one-dimensional lyrically, right? She still works her urban radio crowd, and she still does her thing, right? As regards to like equal opportunity rappers, I want you to look at like even with Nicki with a record deal, look at how hard Azealia got to fight and how hard Nicki got to fight even with a record deal to get radio play, right? They don't fall under that equal opportunity. To me, this is my opinion. They don't fall under that equal opportunity, that type of section. So I feel like almost like this new application process with the music industry. And I feel like Cardi B falls under that because, she's not really that bright. I feel like Lizzo falls under that because she's a certain size. So, and then with Lil Nas X, right, he falls under the LGBT, even though he's, I don't even know if he even writes his lyrics or if he's, truly talented or not. And you know what's so crazy about the Lil Nas X that your little antennas got to go up about, right? This is just how my mind goes. I wonder, and maybe I need to do myself, the opportunity to look up his story, but I don't know how Lil Nas X got famous. Do you want to know how my quick analysis goes? Listen, this is how I analyze shit, right? I was thinking to myself the other day, how did Lil Nas X become famous, right? And this is my true spin on it, and you guys could disagree with me or not. He comes from that Stan Twitter, having all of those followers. You don't know who he was inboxing, talking to, or whatever. Now, he is a LGBT artist. Nothing against it at all, right? But if you think Lil Nas X ain't sucked no white, if he ain't sucked no white to get where he's at, you bugging. You bugging. That dark chocolate skin, they got in on that. Somebody's hitting that. Somebody in that industry, because they love the little black boys. So he ain't just winning by default on some shit like that. They pumping money into him too. Get your money, black boy. But trust me, how you got on, what made your song and whatever you do more, how did you get your song in front of people? See, people just be like, oh, you blew up, and it's just like, no, bitch. How you get there? How you get there from Stan Twitter? Who DM was you in? Who dick was you sucking? Like, let's get into the specifics. How did Lil Nas X, like from Twitter, just like all of us, how did you get on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Did he ever tell his story? Let me see. Nobody hardly listens to the, let me see. Radio is too easily manipulated for his, to be used as a metric. Exactly. And then you got, that's crazy. Look, this is what I'm saying. Twerkulator, 15 overall radio. Normani's new song just cracked top 100. And we know how this shit is real because Bia and Nicki just kind of cracked. They at 65. That song came out before, did it come out before Wildside, right? Yeah. This is organic to me. Wild Side with Cardi, and I think all Cardi songs would do like this if she didn't receive that promotional package. Can I ask y'all a question? What is the reason for the promotional package? The reason is to make the artists on that label look like they do numbers. The reason is to use that shit to be like, to lure more artists. Like, you seen what we did with Lizzo? We got her a top 5. Lizzo don't have the fan base. I don't care if anybody in her fan base is listening to this shit. Anybody from the label, y'all know that she is concocted. Y'all doing all of these artists a fucking disservice. Y'all doing it. And unfortunately, you know what's the sad part about it is, though? They had to really think about how they're going to do slavery going forward in this current time of the music industry. You know what the slavery is? Listen, this is the slavery, and I really just thought about it in the moment. The slavery is to build your career up so much behind the streams and the fake marketing dollars that by the time you get out of that, or you leave, or they drop you, you're not going to be able to make it, right? This is why I respect an Azealia Banks, who go from coast to coast all over the United States booking her own shows. She don't wait till niggas be like, book me. She books her own shows out. She make that shit. And this is why, like, I don't relate to motherfuckers complaining. Did you see the performance that Lizzo put on last week, like promoting her album? Did you see the performance that she put on? Listen, from a business standpoint, if I know as a nigga that I got everything pumping and going for me for voicemail, I got budgets and everything, you think I'm getting online crying? When you probably think I'm promoting, I'm probably gonna be at brunch with my fucking nieces. I'm probably gonna be shopping when you thinking I'm fucking promoting. Nigga, the algorithms is set up. All of the mechanisms are in place. What do I have to worry about? You just dropped 9 million in one day, and you had 30 million in 1 week for people who have songs out in 2 months. Lizzo, your fat ass is not fucking, you are not deserving of that. You are not deserving of that over Normani. Fuck Cardi B. You ain't deserving over that over Bia and Nicki Minaj. You ain't deserving over that of no other songs that's on this billboard. And that's wrong that a label could really do that shit. Rolling Effect losing 10 million in one day, Lizzo, that's poor. That further concludes the idea that you are forced. Why would you want to be forced and not organic? Like, that shit is crazy. Like, also, Millie was talking about yesterday about how, like, before it was a point where you would see Beyonce everywhere, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I believe that is definitely true. You've seen Beyonce everywhere. And like, the great thing about it is that she was amazing on top of it. Amazing artist deserves amazing promotional packages. You can never let me think Cardi B was amazing. She's not amazing. She's not an artist. She's not. I don't give a fuck what she talked about. She liked poetry and performed, and, you know, like the Black History Month, like with the talent show at school, we all did that shit. Everybody ain't turned out to be a rapper. It was something to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not talented, and it's just like this industry. So we see Lizzo, we see Cardi B, we see Lil Nas X. They all rise. And Lizzo, you know, she fills in for that population that's, you know, uncool and obese. Damn, I wish that shit. I know that I'm overweight. Maybe I need to gain like 100 pounds so that maybe I could select some sort of fucking application. But see, the thing with me is I could never be controlled. You see how much shit I talk? Could you imagine me being on a fucking major label? That shit would not work, because I'm not fucking stupid like them. And for one, I already make enough money to pay my bills. And for two, I could never be stupid. Coming up to the greats, yo, Nicki Minaj is a pure fucking example of artists who come up and watch their artists go through bullshit and make sure that it don't happen to them. We seen how, like if you was really like laser focused on Nicki's grind back then, when she did that interview, like, you know what I'm saying, back then, talking about, you know, she signed a dope deal. We was waiting so long to see, like, what is she going to do? What type of deal is she going to sign? She waited out. This girl did something that was unheard of. Like, when have you ever seen a female rapper touring with no record deal? Touring off a mixtape. That's why y'all can't fuck with her. That's why Cardi B and Lizzo and them need all of these budgets to pour into songs to make them look more popular, but you dropping 10 million in one day? Chun-Li ain't never dropped 10 million in one day. Chun-Li ain't never dropped 10 million in one day. Ever. That shit is so suspicious. And then next week, once we see like the rolling effect settle, they'll start pumping more money into it. That's crazy. That's why you don't lie, because when you start lying, you got to keep the lie going. You got to keep that shit going. Real talk. Let's see. Normani Wild slide off the charts. I don't know why this shit keep freezing and don't let me see my comments. So let me get on my phone and go to the YouTube. Let me see my name stuff. Oh my God, yo, this lady is texting me. Let me tell you what happened to me last night. This is the second time that this shit happened to me in a month, right? So this lady, this older lady, you know, she placed a really large order with me, so I had to ship her order out, right? So I texted her last night and I said, you know what, you spent so much money, I overnighted your order. She just texted me and told me that she got it, right, through FedEx, right? So this lady, I called her on the phone last night at like fucking, what time did I call her? The point blank of the story is that I got home. Now, my complex, they will tow your shit if you park in handicap. I was just literally coming home to give something to my friend because they was outside, and I was gonna just go move my car until it was time for me to go do something later. It was literally like 6 o'clock, right? So I was like, let me call this lady. No, let me text her. So I text her and she called me back. Yo, you know how it is. This lady, her first disclosure was that she was retired. I should have took that because my mom is retired. Do you know I turned around on this phone with this lady for almost 2 hours, just talking and talking and talking. For some reason, I am kind of sensitive to that because my mom, she's retired, so I know that they be lonely and at home. But this conversation turned to almost like 2.5 hours. Something told me, right? I said, all right, I got to get the fuck off this phone because this lady will keep me on the phone to 11 o'clock, right? Something said, nigga, open your phone up and look at that low jack. I guarantee you your car is towed. Open that shit up. Car is fucking towed. I said, yo, I got to go now. I said, you know what I'm saying? I said, I appreciate speaking to you, but my car done got towed while I'm on the phone. $240 fucking dollars later. This is the second time they towed my car in a month. So that's why when I be saying, when people be talking about, oh, you make, even if I was making money off of videos, you know what I'm saying? Like, shut the fuck up. I do this shit. I do this shit. I ain't proud of that shit, but that shit had me tight. Like, this is the second time I done paid a car payment to the fucking tow. Like, you know what I'm saying? The first time they towed my car, it was kind of my fault because I came upstairs and I went to sleep and I kind of forgot about that shit, to be honest with you. And then I woke up the next day and I didn't end up going outside till like 11 o'clock a.m. My car was fucking gone. Like, feel me? I ate that. But this time, I got to figure out where I'm going to get this money back from now because that shit crazy. Let me go on my YouTube app because I can't even hear it. Let me see. Tell her she'll pay for it. Yo, you know what the lady said, Nisha? When I told her that on the phone last night, she was like, well, you got a business. Can't you write it off? She started laughing. When I tell you I had an amazing conversation with this black woman, like, she placed an order with me like on August 7th, but I had been so busy. Yo, she placed a huge order, yo. Like, I'm like, yo, so we just speaking and she was like, wow, you really called me. She was like, you know, I spent so much money with Joe Judge Brown and then my stuff came messed up, but then I emailed him and then he corrected it. She's just one of these black women who like spend bread. Like, she's placed a large fucking order. So I called her because the order was like maybe like 2 days late, and I just wanted to call her and tell her I appreciate her. And she was like, oh no. And honestly, that large order was a mistake because I didn't really know if I was going to get it because so many of the black businesses, they have a delay on shipping. So I just ordered a whole bunch of stuff to give it to my family. So I appreciated her, but that conversation turned into almost fucking 3 hours. That shit ended up getting my car towed. That shit had me tight last night. I said, fuck. I don't know if any of y'all deal with this, but when every time you lose money, right, I automatically start going through my mind, like, where am I going to get this money back from? Where am I going to cut back from to make this money come back, right? So I already know where I'm going to get it back from because it's been some shit that I've been holding off from, right? So listen, when I had first got my new car, this lady, when I was at the Wingstop, when she was parking, she tapped my car on the side, right? I know y'all gonna be like, this is stupid, right? So she tapped my car on the side and I was fucking tight because she came inside and I'm like, damn, I just got my car. You hit my shit already, right? But it's not anything noticeable. But we did file a report with the insurance company or whatever, right? This shit happened in the top of 2020. Can I tell you? So top of 2020, she hit my shit, right? So I filed the claim with Allstate because that's the insurance company she got. Them niggas was like, okay, we rounded it up. The damage is $450, right? So in my mind, so they just have the money on deck on file with them. And I just have to either, because what they tried to do was they wanted to pay me the $450. I said, nope. I said, I want to pick I want to pick the dealership of my choice for y'all to fix the, the minor damage to the side of my car. I said, don't send me that check, right? So that check still exists with them. So a nigga like me, I'm like, I got to get that money back some way. I'm about to call Allstate and tell them, nigga, send me my check. I still ain't get my the small ding that's on the side of my car. I ain't get that shit repaired yet. Send me that $400 check, nigga. I gotta make that $200 up. Come on, 2 times in a month my car got towed. Come on, man. And you still gotta pay your car payment, car insurance, rent on top of that. Come on, man. That's crazy. Let's see. Oh my God, that's ironic. I woke up yesterday morning and he told my car I had to pay $235 to get it back. You see what I'm saying? Be happy that you had it to get it back, though. You know what I'm saying? But that shit fucked me up because no, I was gonna say something, but I don't want to say that. You never do that. Never, because you never know what they thinking. Never. So anyway, it's sad when you see somebody like Azealia Banks and Nicki Minaj really have the true talent. And that's why I felt like before when I was a little younger or a few years ago, I used to be like, oh, she's running her mouth. But when she would be so specific talking about shit about the music industry, it really started to make me think. So it was like when she was just like, when you had me and you got Nicki and Beyonce, like this was back like when Lemonade came out, she was like, the white industry was just like, we got to slow these black bitches down. They're getting too smart. Think about it. Cardi B ain't nothing special. She's not. She's literally boosted up by the algorithm. She's literally boosted up. I laugh at it sometimes like, yo, I remember when I you know how you got to create like a different Twitter account when they do some fuck shit, right? So I remember when I was creating it, I thought it was just maybe the time that they did it. So it had been over 6 months I created a Twitter. Cardi B is one of the first suggested people when you get on Twitter. It's just like, how thirsty are you? How thirsty is your label with these tech companies? Like, come on, you just want to be visible so bad, and to me, that just shows destitute. That's what it really shows to me. It shows destitute. Like, come on, there's like, why? Why do you have to? We all know that even from your Instagram following to your Twitter, the engagement is different. It's different, and that's not organic. I don't give a fuck about what nobody say. Normani's song Wild Side, whether it was a hit or not. Now, let me tell you some true shit. You see where Wild Side is on the overall radio at number 100, right? And we see where Bia and them is, and we know that how the song is streaming and stuff, right? Now, if Normani streams was up, if it was like a more demanded organic hit, she would be doing better on Billboard. But what I'm trying to say is, and I know this kind of seems contradictory, right? But what is it about Lizzo's song like that's over Normani's song? Like, why does she deserve 30 million impression? Is it because she's overweight and she falls under that equal opportunity check mark? Like, I feel like it's like a new application process. Like, Cardi B gets the budgets behind her. So if Cardi B gets the budgets behind her, why didn't she have that 30 million impression for Normani? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it about Lizzo that deserved it? What was it? That's my only question. Why did she deserve it? And why don't Nicki? I don't want Nicki to get no forced radio play. Because if we was dropping 10 million in a day, look, they would be laughing at that shit. They would be laughing. But listen, when you see shit like this, it's like, what do you want to do? Would you want to build your career off of some forced shit? Or would you rather be like an organic artist and just make that shit? Like, Whole Lot of Money is just a song I feel like it can continue to grow through the spring and like almost like winter. It has that potential. Lizzo knows that nobody is listening to that damn song. Lil Nas X, I'm telling you, something is fishy about his rise to the top. Something is very fishy about the rise to the top. That Stan account, you know how many people he was coming in contact with, how many celebrities he was probably offending. People was probably hopping in his inbox. He probably turned some shit around like, I got this music. What can you do for me? Trust me, I ain't stupid. Some dicks was sucked. I think so. I think some dicks got sucked for that record deal. Some white dicks was sucked behind the scenes. I think so. I'm sorry. Let's see, Laurent, I don't know why these motherfuckers think a Cardi B feature is like a bucket list. No, this woman has no flow. And why the rappers don't want it. You feel me? Why the rappers don't want it. Lil Nas gives a good top. That's what it is. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Really think about it right now. Silence for a few seconds. Why is Lil Nas X famous? Okay, he could have, whatever. How did he get famous? Let's think about his history. He was on Stan Twitter. Followers. Okay. He let us know his, and sexuality has nothing to do with inboxing and stuff, but he rides that wave. And from what we could see, I don't care how much he cleaned it up, and he's on magazine covers with braids and all of this stuff, right? Under all that dark skin, and you know how they enhance it with the makeup to make it look more chocolatey. Under all of that, there is that old toxic fan. He's engaged in some grimy, if he posted stuff like that on his page, he's engaged in some grimy shit in inboxes and shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is Laron's opinion. Lil Nas X, he falls under that equal opportunity, like how you see people winning from certain angles of life, certain demographics. I feel like he feels that, and that's okay if they have somebody that represents that. But how did you get there? What made you get noticed above everybody who puts music out? You suck some white dick. You did, or you fuck somebody white, in my opinion. In my opinion, you did. I'm not saying that it's fact, but I do believe that. Because what made you soar? Then you came with a country song too. Who inbox was you in? Who inbox was you in? What made you as a stan get there, right? Now you know how you have people like who does music. Like there's a lot of people who does commentary, not necessarily on female rap, but they do music, right? Now, if you could see like somebody like that, and you see how they built like an audience, and they do music on some shit like that, I could kind of see it like that. But you was on some stan shit. Who inbox was you in this entertainment industry? Because I'm pretty sure he has some reach with his stan pages. He had some reach. He was probably talking to them little quirky white boys, or I don't know what it was. But Lil Nas X, his rise to the top is definitely suspicious, in my opinion. I follow Lil Nas X. He grinded independently. He released multiple. He released a mixtape 5 months before Old Town Road. Look up his story. He turned down record deals because he wanted Old Town Road and not him. But what I'm trying to tell you is, right, Akil, how did Lil Nas X get noticed? There's so many people that do music. I'm sorry. How did he get noticed? I want to know, how did he get noticed? So many people put music out. You know how many people watching this video probably has a song out on Spotify or Apple Music right now? That's not impressive to me. I don't care about that. That's filler. That's filler. See, you got to be one of those people when somebody tell you something, you don't have to be anything. But how I am is, just because you said that shit, it don't mean anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? You drop what? A lot of people put mixtapes out. Nicki put multiple mixtapes out before she dropped a fucking album. What was so special about Lil Nas X? And my question still stands. What was so special about him that got him to that position? I ain't know. Who knew about him, like outside of the Stan Twitter and shit like that? Who knew about him? What was so dope about the music? No, what happened was that he probably did have a dope track, but he got into the inbox of the right person. Then he rode on that sexuality shit, in my opinion. So this is why I group I group Lil Nas X, Lizzo, and Cardi B into the equal opportunity rappers. It's like they all have some sort of, like, Lil Nas X being LGBT, like that's not a flaw, but it falls under, like, you have that type of support. Cardi B, she's not really, deep or profound or anything like that, and they know that, and they know that they could take advantage of her, and that's why her first deal was signed the first that way. She just wanted to be signed. She wanted to coexist with the Nickis and the the Remy Ma's and the Lil Kim. She just wanted a name. And again, when you think about Lizzo and you think about Cardi B, right, the sad part about it is, and I know I said this shit before, Normani did that collaboration with Cardi B because she thought that it was going to get that package. And you were sadly mistaken. You were sadly mistaken. And I understand you now. After seeing what Lizzo got, I understand you now. Because I don't understand why Lizzo got that. And that's not real. And I don't know if Normani wanted something that wasn't real. To me personally, based on when that song came out, I feel like her song is on track to being organic if it's going to grow, if it's going to get bigger. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a good pace. Her song gained 290. You see Normani Wild Side, it gained almost 300,000 radio impression. That's organic to me. That's an organic hit. What's up, Micheline? Wait, Lil Nas X is part of Columbia Records, right? Does that ring a bell? See? What's up, Kay Holiday? What's up, Jessica? Let's see. I don't believe that. I believe he's an industry plant. Me too, Sonny. He's an industry plant. He got in, and then he reaps the benefits too. Now, if you look at Lil Nas X, right? Let me just go to his radio, because from what I seen, that was kind of... Did his song fall on radio too? Lil Nas X. Did I go past his song? Nope. Industry, baby. 15. He's at 36. Let me see. Was that the peak? Oh, nope. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Let's look at this. Lizzo, your fat ass is getting me even more mad. I don't even care if they take this video down. You getting me more mad. Because this means for a fact that Shorty ain't deserve her spot. Listen, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm not with nobody picking her apart on some... I'm just saying that just to talk shit. But I don't give a fuck what she does, like how she promotes her music and stuff. But this right here is not fair. Lil Nas X, Industry Baby, debuted at number 1. Did it go number 1? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a top debut. I believe it was number 1, right? So listen... He's +4 on the Billboard this week. This is a number 1 song, guys. This is a number 1 song. Hold on, let me see. Because I want to make sure that I'm right. His peak audience is 28 million. His peak chart position is 36. So this is the first day that he was at 36. You see how they tell you the truth? Right here. Because listen, guys, he's number 36 on the charts. If he had Payola that was added into this record, his peak position would have been higher, like fucking 20 or some shit, right? We would have had an indication that this song had been up and now it's going back up, because that's what they're going to do to Lizzo. So listen, his peak position was 36. His peak audience is 28 million. We see he's at 28 million now, right? So Lil Nas X, because based on me looking at that, I don't think that this, I think Lil Nas X is writing based on, being LGBT under equal opportunity. But when you see this track, to me, that's organic, if you want to be honest, because that looked like a Chun-Li radio update to me, because it was like that with Nicki's song sometimes. Let me see, how many spins did that song get? Audience, peak. Oh, they not showing the spins. So listen, he's been on the chart 15 days, my nigga. Wait, where's Lizzo at? Hold on. Lizzo been on the chart 7 days and she peaked at 27, my nigga. You peaked at 27? How the fuck you was up? You see this? -25. You was on the chart 7 days and you got up to 27? This black man, even though he's LGBT, been on the chart 15 days and he peaked at 36? Lizzo, look, you don't have a fan base. You don't have an audience. Record labels is doing this shit so artists can be stuck. She will never be able to make it. Salute to the Azealia Banks who grind and book their own venues and sell the fuck out and make that fucking money. Salute to the people out here really doing their shit. This is why I always fucking support them. This is why I do. You are fucking propped up and that shit is not fucking fair. It's not fair. Now, on an emotional end, right? I feel wrong even saying it. That's why it's taking me so long. And if you could tell, I've been kind of skating around it. Like, I don't want Normani to benefit off of fake promotion, but why didn't she get more of a boost? Like, I feel like her song would have had more of a chance, even though I wouldn't have appreciated it because, tied to Cardi, it would have looked like it would have been some more antics. But damn, Lizzo, why you were more deserving over a fucking, and now this is making me want to go through and look at everybody's song and how it peaked. Hold on, because I'm not really done with what I was saying on Lil Nas X, all right? So he's at 36 now, +4, number 36. 15 days on the chart, peak number 36. This is true. This is his first time hitting number 36 on the charts. This song debuted at number 1 on the Billboard. Lizzo debuted at number 5. She had all of that radio play pumped in. You see what they was trying to do with that record? I'm saying that Lil Nas X benefits off of his, you know, his sexual orientation. And I do think he did some funny shit in some inboxes. And I do think that he may have mingled with some other type of white guys in the industry that position him. I do believe that he's an industry plant. He may not be getting payola like that, but I definitely believe that. I believe that he did some shit to get where he's at. But I just want you to pay attention. Nigga is 15 days out. Number 36 peak, 28 audience. He got 850, almost 1 million impressions in one day. That's organic. Ariana Grande positions. Oh, that must be repeat. It's a repeat song. Let's see. Waukesha. Now we know how popular that is. Peaked at number 28, and now he down to 44. You know how people love Waukesha. Come on. Megan Thee Stallion thought shit. She peaked at 35. Damn, she lost 300,000 audience. She peaked at 35 and she's at 39 now. So that shit did its peak on overall radio. Let me see who else's rap that would make sense for me comparing it. If anybody, nobody. Megan Thee Stallion, Beautiful Mistake. That shit is dumb. Let's see. Normani Wild Side. Cardi, I just wish, you know what, Cardi, and this is a message to her fans who just love to talk shit. Look at Wild Side. That's where Cardi would be at. You see, look where a whole lot of money is, right? Even in regards to radio play, I think that they need to keep it fair. Like, you see the gap in between those songs, they came out relatively around the same time. That's organic, right? Cardi, you ain't shit. You not. And we clearly seen it from the drop on Lizzo's project. Y'all dumping money into shit to make y'all look like y'all popping. That's wrong. It's wrong because it makes other artists feel like a Normani, like, damn, like, you know. So that's why she's scrambling right now, like, fuck, like, let me get the VMAs, like, you know, they ain't, you know, I'm barely getting the radio play like that. And everybody that I know does not like, everyone who I know who I asked about that Lizzo shit, they either said, one, they not listening to that shit, or two, they didn't like it. I ain't hear nobody say that they like that song. And it's sad that they would give that black woman a false reality. And if Lizzo was getting money and shit like that, like from TV and all of that, trust me, that record label is getting a sum of it. You want to know what's so great for them? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this, right? You want to know, to some artists, what's good enough for them? You know how on the day Lizzo cried in her bathroom? To her lousy minded, fucking non-grinding, organically artist ass, just being able to have an apartment with a nice bathroom like that is enough to her. That ain't a fuck enough for me, nigga. Not when I'm the talent. Not when I'm the fucking talent. That ain't enough for me. I'm pretty sure her record label probably got her under some shit like, oh, we put you in this nice ass building, or whatever money that she's making. She probably just happy to just live somewhere nice, and that's enough for her. That ain't enough for me. I'm sorry. I'm sacrificing my for one, just being in the public eye, nigga. I'm about that money. I'm about that. Listen, let me tell you some shit. I know y'all gonna say that this is wrong. But let me say this. I ain't even going to say the promoter, but it was somebody who booked Foxy Brown, right? And I'm going to tell you this, how this bitch don't play with her money. She going to get her money either way, right? So it was a person who booked Foxy, and I could have some details misunderstood from this story, but basically the person ain't have all the money, right? She was at the hotel, and, you know, she was going to, you know, about to go to the venue. The person ain't have all the money. Yo, when I tell you that this person said when they got back to the hotel after the night was over, after the performance, yo, she had ran up that fucking hotel bill to probably like 2 racks. 2 racks, nigga. You think you playing with me? She got that shit some sort of way. I don't know what she did. I don't know what they ordered. She probably was ordering all types of bottles and shit. Because, you know, when you in certain type of hotels, don't think about the regular, you know. She probably was in a boutique style hotel. And they probably had all types of shit. She was ordering shit. She like, oh, this nigga gonna play with my money? Okay. I'm about to room service this shit up. Yo, this nigga said that she ran up a tab that was crazy. I think it was over like $2,000. Foxy don't play about that money. She don't play about that money, like, nah. So yeah, imagine having all the talent and then having these motherfuckers suck that shit out of you. Nah, it just be some of the small shit be good enough for them. Like, She just want to live somewhere nice. No, I want to have most of the money, because if you the talent and you bring that shit forth, I want to have most of the money. Just how like when Nicki said she signed her deal, she said I get to keep all of my touring. That means every time when Nicki, she gets to keep all of her touring, and she gets to keep all of her fucking merchandise money. So that's why when she sells merchandise, that's why I buy that shit. That's her money. That's her money. You know what I'm saying? That makes you want to support it more. All of that shit that they be doing, like that shit going back to the label because they brainless and they weren't able to negotiate deals. You know, their mind frame is so their mind frame is so primitive, underdeveloped, that they don't even understand that in a meeting. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't even understand, like, you know, I'm just signed. Like Megan, I got a check for $10,000, or Lizzo, whatever she got signed for. I'm just signed. I'm gonna have a song on the radio. No, bitch, that ain't good enough for me, because I could be on the radio and be upstate and everybody would know me, and then guess what? 6 months later, the song ain't doing good and everybody want a piece of me and everybody trying to find where I'm at. Nope, I seen the greatest rise and fall. I will not go out like that if I ever was an artist. I will never go out like that, nigga. We gonna have some shit cemented. We gonna have it cemented. I ain't never going out like that, ever. Then everybody get what they want from you, and then again, like Remy said, then you gonna be trying to figure out, what am I gonna do next? What remix am I gonna jump on next to reinvent myself? What am I gonna do next? No. We either dropping right or we ain't dropping at all. That's just how it goes. And any other uploads and shit that I would do is just all on my own doing. But nah, you supposed to have that shit in your palm. And that's why those niggas who have their careers in their palms like that, like a Tory Lanez or like a Azealia Banks, they get the backlash that they do because the money goes straight to them, and they don't like that shit. They really don't. They don't like that shit. They don't like when you could be cocky like that. That shit was so attractive back in the day. Real talk. It was so attractive back in the day to have a record deal and scream somebody's overhead. Like, I remember when we was just like, yo, we slums. Like, I would never scream somebody's overhead. Like, no, not unless I was getting the check and I was over that shit, nigga. I'm not screaming your fucking name, nigga. No. We 518. Like, we not doing that shit. We the talent. Like, I'm not screaming your overhead. I don't give a fuck about none of that record label shit and none of that. A lot of y'all got that slave mentality, and that's why y'all ended up the way that y'all end up in. But Nicki, even though she got a record deal, just like she said when Queen was out, she was like, I don't have a 360 deal, so I don't expect my label to do everything for me. She was like, I gotta, you know, she has to work too, you know, so they ain't taking all her money. So, of course, certain things ain't going to be a certain way. And I'm wondering if, like, you know, is that why Ariana Grande, she get that radio play and all of that shit? Because it's beneficial to them, you know? Think about it. Is it really think about it at this point. And I know that this might be a crazy question, but with all of the success for Nicki Minaj, right? Of course, the label still wants her to be successful, but it's not like her debuting at number 16 or top 10 or whatever is good enough. Like, she's been running this shit for 15 fucking years, and the way that it's looking is gonna go into 20. It's like, what do you want from her at this point? It's like she impresses you every time she comes out, you know, musically. What time is it? Because I gotta go. I do know, because I got somewhere I gotta be at 1 o'clock. Yep, I gotta get off here in like 10 minutes. So she impresses you musically. You know, she's done every chart position on every chart. Nicki has been number 1 on every chart. Every single chart. Every chart. You know what I'm saying? What else can she kind of do? It's like when rollout season comes with Nicki, like this time we know we get in the documentary and shit like that, right? When rollout season comes, I just feel like it's kind of like, what do you know, for this era, what do I want to do different? She's done everything already. So I'm interested to see like what she's gonna, because to me, Nicki is always gonna be excellent. She's never gonna disappoint me lyrically. Never. Even in the songs that I might not play all the time, I still know the lyrics. Like I said, like Chun Sway is so long. I love that song, but that song is so damn long. Ah, man. Let's see. We know she can go bar for bar with male rappers. Cardi looks stupid trying to compete with Nicki. It's time for Nicki to start big business ventures. But would you guys, honestly, I know that we be playing around sometimes online. Would you guys really want Nicki to have Payola? Would y'all really want Nicki to have Payola, and then so they could be like, oh, you know, the song dropped, you know, after the rolling effect of the Payola, you know, the song dropped 10 million places. Would y'all want that? I know we be playing around like, oh, I hope Irvin does Payola and shit like that. I don't really want that. I just want her songs, and I want everybody's song across the board to be treated equally. You know, with this new shit that she got with Audacity or whoever they are, I just hope like they keep pushing. Like, I don't know what happened with that whole Payola scandal and everything, but I just hope that there's a time and day where they just make shit more equal. I was gonna play some music, but nah, my nigga, I'm about to get off this shit in 10 minutes. Nope. And I've been on here 49 minutes, so I was able to curse and shit too. Hell no, I ain't playing no music. That's gonna fuck me up. Don't make no sense to play no music now. So, yo, let me tell you, so crazy, right? Let's see. I don't know why that shit is doing that. But listen, tell it straight like that. We just want the sabotage to stop. Jesse Nelson featuring Nicki Minaj coming soon. Yeah, I can't pin the comments because in the StreamYard it's not working. Yes, I got you, Nisha. You hold me down, so inbox me. You already know how to contact me, so don't even worry about that. Let's see. I just feel like some barbs disappear when Nicki Minaj 5 come. Everybody gonna buy. No, I think everybody is active. Nicki's song is doing good. Whole Lot of Money is holding up. Like, the hood loves that song. We streaming that shit. Like, it's doing good. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's Bia's song at the end of the day. Let's see. LaRon, this is why Ariana, Nicki, and so many other artists in Republic are really successful. They don't do Payola. Exactly. I don't want Nicki to drop her album before Cardi. I don't care which way she drops it. Whatever Nicki has in the, coming, I feel like whatever way it rolls out, she's going to do whatever it does. Like Cardi, I don't know how she's operating with her pregnancy. I'm pretty sure she shot music videos and shit like that. Cardi is ready to go if you ask me. She's always waiting for a certain time. I think Cardi is going to try to drop her album around Thanksgiving. I guarantee you. Taylor Swift is coming out with her album around. Taylor Swift already announced that she's having an album come out around Thanksgiving already. When I tell you that white girl right there, she milks the holiday season all of the time. Yo, I remember when Beyonce came out with what album did she come out with around? It was around the holidays. I think it was it I Am Sasha Fierce? But yo, and I tell you, that album ate so much before that year ended. And this is why I'm trying to tell you with Megan Thee Stallion. Listen, that's the reason why I don't think they ever be talking shit to me, because my opinion is just like, look, I looked some shit up the other day. I do want to show that to y'all, because I'm telling you, I think a lot of people, like, I would never on some shit give people, hold on. Claire, I want to read this to y'all. Let's see. So it's clairaudience, clairvoyance, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's different reasons. And I think a lot of people, I feel like a lot of us are blessed with certain abilities, right? So for me, I believe that, and I took a test on this, right? And I know that a lot of these online tests is bullshit and shit, right? But I just want to say this. Ever since I was a little boy, my mom always told me that my grandmother, she had this special just gift where she just be knowing shit. And like, I don't know, it just kind of like, I don't know if it rubbed off on me just, or, you know, I think it can be just a family thing. Like, because I'm telling you, ever since I've been a little boy, I just get feelings of shit. I predict shit, and I don't do like no psychic reading or some shit like that. But what I'm telling you is that I've been on the end of telling people stuff. Like, they'll tell me something and they'll be like, why are you being negative, or why are you thinking about it like that? And I swear to God, to you, they'll come back to me and be like, you were so right. And it's not that I'm trying to be negative, but I just can see the end of some shit before it happened. I avoid this shit, I'm telling you. And I be trying to like speak to my nieces sometimes about that, because I feel like if I got that, you got it too. You be knowing, like, you know what I'm saying? You know. So this is just kind of like a small, but it says clear cognizant. You have a knowing about things. For many strong in this gift, it feels like knowledge pours into the top of their heads. For you, you may have a knowing of their name. Clairsentient, you are the feelers, the empaths. People who have this angel's guidance in their bodies and in their hearts. So you may feel the vibration of their name or what their name means, right? So I do believe that I am claircognizant based off of like just the different articles. This is just the first one that I picked up, right? And then clairsentient, I do believe that. You want to know why? I don't know what it is, right? But you could be like, say on a personal level, right? Say we go out and we eating at Panera Bread, right? And then you start talking to me about your family. I don't know why this has always been to me, and it's kind of personal, but I don't know if anybody else feels this. But like being a lot more older, like having empathy, I learned where it's just like, okay, if you're a stranger and you're going through something, like I feel horrible for you, I might even shed a tear, but I got to keep it moving, right? Some people, when you're very empathetic, they use that against you, and they constantly pull you into shit, right? Nah, I'm a high functional person who has empathy. So when it comes to that, like you could be across the table telling me, like, say you tell me that your family member has cancer or something, right? I get this feeling in my gut, and I get this feeling like at the bottom of my balls where it's just like I feel so, it's almost like I could feel your pain. And it almost like makes me sick for that moment. I don't know what it is, right? It's always happened to me, like, I don't know, like when I could see something, like when I hear a story about somebody going through something, it just does something to me. And I don't know, like I feel that shit. I don't know. I've always been just like I've always just been like a little, different when it comes to like handling shit. Like shit I probably shouldn't even have been worried about. Like I should have knew that something was different with me. Cause like, yo, what little kid gets dropped off to their grandparents' house and you telling your mother like, okay, I'm gonna call you in a few minutes to make sure you made it home. Make sure you lock the front door, make sure you lock the porch door, and make sure you lock the glass door or whatever, right? I should have not been thinking like that at a young age like that. I should have not been thinking like that. I always thought about my mom. I'm telling you, even when I was younger, like just getting into like middle school or whatever, like I know a lot of kids, like my nieces, this is so foreign to them. Do you know that with the new age of these kids, these little girls will stay up, be on their iPad talking or whatever till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning? That was so unheard of. How many of y'all from the 80s, 90s babies? I come from, by the time, listen, we used to talk shit to some of my friends because by 11:30 we'd be on three-way and they ass be falling asleep on the phone. We'd be like, yo, she don't never make it through the fucking conversation. But my nigga, by 12 o'clock, 12:15, we falling asleep. I was not staying up all night like that. It didn't actually. I remember when I was working full time, I didn't start staying up all night until I probably got into my later years of high school. Like until probably like, fucking like not even all night then. I promise you, when I was going to high school, I don't have a memory of being up all night. I felt like I was really just like on some little kid shit. Like real talk, all of the kids on my block, 10 o'clock was really like the cutoff time where you had to be not like dark. Like, yeah, you had to be in. And I remember a few of them like, oh, 10 o'clock, we got to be in. Like, we don't give a fuck what you doing. You could go anywhere in that time frame, but you had to be home at a certain time. And like me, I didn't really go a lot of places all the time. So, but shit, staying up to like 4 o'clock, nah. Damn, I wish my shit was working though. But yeah, so I don't know if any of y'all fall into that. What you should do is you should go online, and if you feel like you're one of those people where you always have a feeling of something, or you feel like you have a knowing, I don't feel like I'm clairvoyance. I don't have a clear seeing. And I think it's another one that's where it's like you actually hear things, but I don't hear things. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just have kind of like I feel like I've always had like a clear knowing, whether it was negative or positive, and just also a clear sentient, like just feeling of something. Like I'm telling you, I could feel when something is not right. I could feel it. I could feel it. It's something in my spirit. It's just, it'd be unsettling. I'm telling you guys, right? A few months ago, I got this feeling. It was so bad, right? And you ever get this feeling where you was just like, right? I could be making $500 a day on my website, and through all of that, it'll be this feeling like something is not right. And then around that time, right, I found out my father was like in ICU with COVID. It was crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's a feeling, it's a knowing. And as I got older, you know, me and my dad's like, our relationship has been estranged, but it's still a feeling. It's still a feeling. And my dad would even tell us stories and shit like that, like, you know, that he's had. Oh, I got to get off of here for sure. I got to go. So listen, y'all, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like the video. Let me know what you think about Lizzo and Cardi B's song receiving all of that radio play above, like, you know, not above Normani or above Nicki and them, but it's just like, what are they trying to prove with Lizzo? Like, what are they trying to prove with her? Like, top 5 debut, top 10 debut. Yes, like, you know what I'm saying? What does this feed into for her? What does it mean when you losing 10 million impressions in one day, Lizzo? What does that mean? Why do you want that? Why you don't want to climb organically? Is it because you have a fear that you won't get there at all? Is it because you fall under the equal opportunity and that means that you automatically get 10 million dumped into you because you fall into some sort of demographic? I'm about to gain like 200 pounds and I'm going to go, no, I would never get signed. I would never get signed to no fucking Atlantic Records. Hell no. Because I'm just trying to figure out what makes you great. There ain't nothing. There's nothing like, people listen to all types of music. We've heard the worst songs get some sort of streams or whatever, right? Ideally, every song that's on Spotify has streams. Every song has somebody listening to it, right? But, man, listen. Now it want to work. Now it works since I said it's 11:40. Oh, no, it probably was. I was sharing the screen and it froze it. Maybe that's it. Shit was going slow. Yeah, you got to listen. And then maybe people should start taking, you know, well, shit, I gained 300 pounds. Why am I not famous like Lizzo? You know, like, what is really, when you think about it, Nicki Minaj is lyrical. She's amazing. She's great. Azealia Banks is lyrical. She creates dope pop music, dance music. She works her area great. Nicki lyrically works her area great. And that's why every time she comes out with a song, she impresses. Nicki is so good to the point where, and it's sad because Cardi and Nick, like, people were so gassed off of that Megan Thee Stallion freestyle. She was literally not saying shit, my nigga. She wasn't saying shit. Hold on. I can't bring it up. I can't do it. I can't because I gotta go. Listen, yo, let me know what you feel below about the video and all that shit. Let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think about Lizzo and Cardi receiving all of that radio play. She wasn't deserving over Nicki, over Normani. What is this industry coming to? Do you have to fall under some sort of demographic to get radio play? Like, what is it? What type of dream are they selling? Why are they setting these people up to when Atlantic Records pulls the plug? What is it gonna be? Do you think? Listen, man. Listen. I'm up out of here. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and I might come on later, but I gotta go.